This is my island in the sun, where my people have toiled since time's begun. I may sail on many a sea, her shores will always be home to me. I see women on bended knees, cutting cane for the families. I see the men at the waterside, casting nets at the surging tide. Oh, island in the sun, willed to me by my Father's hand, all my days I will sing in praise of your forest waters, your shining sand. As morning breaks to heaven on high, I lift my heavy burden way up to the sky. The sun comes down with a burning glow, mingles my sweat with the earth below. Oh, oh, island in the sun, willed to me by my Father's hand, all my days I will sing in praise of your forest waters, your shining sand. I pray the day will never come when I can't wake up to the sound of drums. Never let me miss Carnival, where calypso songs philosophical. Oh, island in the sun, willed to me by my Father's hands, all my days I will sing in praise of your forest waters, your shining sand. Oh, oh, island in the sun, willed to me by my Father's hands, all my days I will sing in praise of your forest waters, your shining sand. Yeah, la da 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 da. Oh, oh, oh. Mm-hmm. La la la, la 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 la. Sha la 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 da da do la la dee de la de la la la.
Antigua and Barbuda Airport Authority, Mr. Neil Forrester, our new airport CEO, Mr. Stanley Smith. We also have with us Mr. Richard Bartram, the WestJet VP for Communications and Community Relations. We have Mrs. Erica Henry Jackman, Antigua and Barbuda's Director General of Tourism in Canada. Mrs. DeReed Samuel Whitlock, Antigua and Barbuda's Director General of Tourism in New York. Other invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not going to forget our two captains. We have Captain John Brechen, who commanded this flight into Antigua today. Thank you. And First Officer, Mr. Jim Kruger. Welcome to Antigua and Barbuda. We also have the staff from the Ministry of Tourism and the Antigua and Barbuda Tourism Authority. We have Charmaine Spencer and Mr. Robert Samuels and Matara. Today is a wonderful day in the history of aviation here in Antigua and Barbuda. It's a day that we have all waited and longed for, particularly the Minister of Tourism and his team in the Ministry of Tourism, and the CEO of the Tourism Authority, whose major function is to secure increased airlift into Antigua and Barbuda. Today, I would like to begin by welcoming each and every one of you who have come to join us for the inaugural flight of WestJet Airlines into Antigua and Barbuda. WestJet Airlines will have 2 weekly flights out of Toronto's Pearson International Airport into VC Bird International on Wednesdays and Sundays. WestJet Airline is noted as one of the largest carriers in North America and flies more than 420 flights daily across Canada, the Americas, and the Caribbean, utilizing its fleet of 98 Boeing 737 aircrafts. I was told to be brief in my remarks. So, without any further ado, I would like to call on the CEO of the Antigua and Barbuda Tourism Authority, Mr. Colin James, to bring the welcome remarks.
Thank you very much, Director Paul. I'd like to observe all the protocols already established, but it's a very, very special day for me, and it's a very special day for Antigua and Barbuda. You know, 3 years ago, we started some intense negotiations. We have made several trips to Calgary. We have gone up, led by our minister and also supported by our stakeholders here on island from the hotel industry. And we have seen the fruits of all that hard work today when we are seeing the first WestJet flight touching down here at BC Bird International. So on behalf of the Honorable Prime Minister, Minister of Tourism, indeed all Antiguans and Barbudans, we want to extend a very, very warm Antiguan and Barbuda welcome to you, to welcome you to our shores. It's timely that you're coming in now just on the verge of our 31st independence celebrations, and it's really a great birthday gift, 31 years for Antigua and Barbuda, to start welcoming WestJet to our shores. And we trust that this is going to be the start of a very long and mutually rewarding partnership. So again, on behalf of all the tourism partners here in Antigua, let me again reiterate how thrilled we are that we have begun service with WestJet to continue to grow our business out of the Canadian market. And I'd like to extend a very, very warm Antiguan and Barbudan welcome to you.
Thank you, CEO James. At this time, we will call on the Minister of Tourism, Culture and Civil Aviation, Honorable John McGinley, to give a few brief remarks.
Thank you very much, Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Baldwin Spencer, Captain, First Officer, other members of the committee here today. I don't want to go through that again, but certainly recognize the presence of all of our partners here. Today is a very special day for us. As the CEO said, we have been at this for quite a while now. We've met in the margins with WestJet Vacations, with the money people, the finance people there at all levels, a lot of dots to dot and a lot of T's to cross. Certainly, earlier this summer, Ms. Erica Jackman arranged a meeting with the CEO and myself with the finance people in Toronto, the airport. They didn't let me get out of the airport. I had to stay in the airport, and we met going over the contract. And I've had the chance now to go over contracts with airlines, with a number of airlines. But the thing that I found most satisfying to me was WestJet wanted to be our partner. They didn't just want to fly to Antigua. They wanted to be our partner in aviation. They weren't here so that they could fly here and make money at all cost. They wanted to come and be our partner in growing our tourism and our airlift into Antigua. So, as Ms. Paul said, you're in 2 days a week in the wintertime. We settled on 2 days because we wanted to make sure it's sustainable and that we can build on this. Our goal, both the CEO and I were talking about this, is that we can have those 2 flights in the summertime as well. And if we do a good job with all our teams, Ms. Jackman and Colin and Ted and all of us, and we fill your planes or help you fill your planes, you will want to send a 3rd and a 4th flight. We have seen flights grow from other airlines So our goal now is to make sure that we can fill some more planes, because we want this to be sustainable for you, but also for Antigua and Barbuda, that we can get regular service into Antigua out of Canada. And we're not letting the west coast of Canada out of our sights as well. So it's a platform for us to grow, Colin. Is that right? Yes. And our goal now is to make this winter time, these 2 flights in the winter work. And hopefully we can encourage WestJet to fly in the summertime. And next year we'll look for 4 flights during the winter time. That's our goal. So again, thank you very much. It has been a pleasure so far working with WestJet and all its officials, and we look forward to a long and fruitful relationship between both of our entities. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister McGinley. And at this time, we will call on the Chairman of the Airport Authority, Captain Patrick Ryan, to give a few remarks.
Thank you. Honourable Prime Minister, Honourable Minister of Tourism and Civil Aviation, and all others. I would like to welcome WestJet here to Antigua and Barbuda. It has been a lot of work behind the scenes. Many of you here would know, but they have been going after WestJet from all angles, through all my pilot friends over the last 4 or 5 years, and everybody else who flies with you. I have many who fly with WestJet, and we have been behind you trying to get you here for quite some time. So it is a real heartfelt warm welcome to finally get WestJet here and to have you here today. Just on a couple of points on the technical side, we are in the process of building our new terminal. We hope that in probably just under a year and a half, we will have a brand new terminal with all the modern features to welcome you here. Hope to have you back here again. And just a couple of points on the flight today. We all know we had Hurricane Sandy out there off the east coast of the Atlantic. Our captains did very well to get around it. There was not one point that he had to put the seatbelt sign on. And whoever did that landing here in Antigua, like he knows Antigua like home. So once again, just to welcome you here to Antigua and Barbuda, and thank you.
Thank you, Captain Ryan. At this time, we're going to ask Mr. Richard Bartram. He's the WestJet's VP of Communications and Community Relations, to say a few words.
Thank you, Honourable Prime Minister, Minister McGinley. What a warm and gracious welcome. This is such a delight for us to finally be here to Antigua and Barbuda. I know that there were many negotiations that did take place, but this is much like a first date. And so all great relationships begin with a first date, and this is ours today. WestJet is now at, in fact, having now just taken another aircraft. We're at number 99, and number 100 will arrive in December of this year, all the way through to another 36 737s to arrive between now and 2018. So there are many more aircraft to come in the future, and certainly hope that this is, in fact, a wonderful and beautiful relationship that will endure for many years to come. And if the welcome that we received today is any indication, then I'm sure it will be a very long and wonderful relationship. Thank you very much for this.
Thank you, Mr. Bartram. And at this time, we're going to ask Antigua and Barbuda's Director General of Tourism in Canada, Mrs. Erica Henry Jackman, to say a few words.
Mr. Prime Minister, Minister McGinley, the WestJet inaugural really is very symbolic. Antigua is the 81st destination for WestJet, and this is Antigua's independence was in 1981. So in terms of numbers, this is quite significant for us. When we look at what the WestJet will be bringing into the Canadian market, we're expecting another 7,000 seats into the market in the next 6 months, which means we can expect an increased growth of 35% within the Canadian market. And we really look forward to working with the WestJet team. When we look at the WestJet model and what it means to be a WestJetter, it really just reflects who we are as Antiguans and Barbudans. We're warm, we're friendly, and we're independent. We take that independence as WestJetters. They own stock in the WestJet company. And when we think about true democracy and what it means to be independent, it really is a model that we reflect as a people. So on behalf of everybody in Canada, we really do look forward to working with you and the WestJetters, and welcome to our family.
Thank you, Erica. At this time, I'm going to ask the Chairman of the Antigua and Barbuda Tourism Authority, Mr. Ted Isaac, to come forward and bring a few brief remarks.
And they'll be brief. Good afternoon, and on behalf of the my team at the authority. I'd like to say a warm welcome to you. As I mentioned to you, Captain, coming in, I must have some Canadian roots. And I'm particularly happy that you've made it possible to come to Antigua, and we look forward to a long and fruitful association. So with that, those few words, I'll give the microphone back to Valerie.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That was really, really brief. Now I know Captain Brachen and First Officer Jim Kruger think that they're just going to be seated here all afternoon. But that's not going to be the case, because right now we're going to ask Captain Brachen to say a few words.
Sure. Well, I'll just make it brief as before, but I was honored and privileged to be the captain for today's inaugural flight to Antigua, and we as WestJet are looking forward to a long and happy relationship with the Antigua people, and it's going to be a wonderful destination for us, I'm sure. And on a personal note, it's been many years since I came to Antigua, but it's nice to be back.
Thank you, Captain Brachen. At this time, we're going to ask the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Dr. Winston Baldwin Spencer, to give a few brief remarks.
Thank you very much, Valerie. Colleague Minister, Captain, First Officer, all the stakeholders here present. I think we're all very delighted over the fact that finally WestJet has touched down at VC Bird International Airport officially for the first time. And we are delighted to see that happen. And I just wish to say, Captain and First Officer, that I know that things have been happening over the past several years, and we knew that it would eventually happen. But I'm quite sure that having looked at the situation, examined it carefully, WestJet would have come to the conclusion that Antigua and Barbuda represents a destination in which you can have a great deal of confidence. And so that is very important, because I know when these decisions are made, they're just made out of sentiment. They're made on the basis of sound judgment and what you see in the destination, the potential for the destination, the confidence that you feel that Antigua demonstrates at this time. So that is very important for us. It says a lot in terms of what we're seeking to do, and certainly with WestJet being on board now, it transforms the destination in a way, because it brings to the fore, especially from that area of North America, tremendous potential for growth. And airlift is always extremely important, not only for the airline itself, but for the destination. And so this can be a win-win situation. And I know we have to start modestly to make sure that we lay the foundation, and I'm quite sure that we're going to be able to build on this foundation and make it work for both of us, for the airline and for Antigua and Barbuda. Let me take this opportunity also to commend all those individuals who would have worked tirelessly behind the scenes, pulling this whole thing together, and wishing and hoping for the day that I could come here and speak about the fact that WestJet has now arrived. So I want to commend those individuals. We also must understand that we are in a competitive business, a highly competitive business. And therefore, to the extent that the government and the stakeholders working together can go out there and seek to improve upon our ability to have airlift into Antigua and Barbuda, that is just the beginning, in my view, of what is required to ensure that our product, that what we have to offer is such that people would want to look at the destination as being a destination of choice. And I'm quite sure that WestJet will work with Antigua and Barbuda to make sure that that is enhanced in every respect. So let me take this opportunity officially to welcome WestJet to Antigua and Barbuda, and I would want to suggest that it is going to be the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship. And sir, I'm quite sure that you're not going to be saying in the immediate future that you are happy to be back after many, many, many years. Okay? So, we are looking forward to making this work for Antigua and Barbuda. Of course, we also recognize that there are other airlines in the marketplace. And so the competition is very important in the sense that it gives all the airlines, it gives our stakeholders and everybody an opportunity to really do all that we can to give to this destination what it wants. I mean, Antigua and Barbuda, I have to admit, is one of the preferred destinations in the Caribbean. As a matter of fact, we pride ourselves in saying that we are the destination in the Caribbean. And so you can work with us to make sure that that is in fact the case. So ladies and gentlemen, to everyone, I just wish to say once again how delighted I am to be here welcoming WestJet for the first time officially into Antigua and Barbuda. And I sincerely hope and trust that this is really the beginning of a very long and fruitful relationship between Antigua and Barbuda and WestJet Airlines. Congratulations to all those who have been involved, and the best for the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prime Minister. When I started out this afternoon, I said that it's a wonderful day for Antigua and Barbuda in terms of aviation. It is a wonderful day. And when we have days like this, it calls for champagne. So right now, we're going to have a champagne toast. And Prime Minister, no, they have to take that.
Can't afford to do that.
Yes.
Oh, this is the, there we go.
Some great
Pilot juice.
Thank you for that.
Non-alcoholic.
Everybody? Just a minute.
We have to wait for everyone.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, come over, sure. This way, sit this way.
Just step up. Is that better? Yes.
Good taxi.
Okay.
There we go.
Now here's
Thank you.
Very nice.
Okay. On behalf of the government and people of Antigua and Barbuda, may we raise a toast now to the long-lasting and fruitful relationship between Antigua and Barbuda and WestJet Airlines. Yeah. Hip, hip, hip. Hooray. Hip, hip, hip. Hooray. Hip, hip, hip. Hooray. That's right.
Prime Minister, 8,700 WestJetters across Canada. We're very excited that we were coming here to Antigua. So on behalf of all of them, the crew, and myself would like to toast the people of Antigua and you for your very warm and gracious welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Prime Minister, if I may, a small token of our appreciation. That is our 737-800, the largest aircraft we fly. We came in today on a 700 series, and if this relationship continues and flourishes as we believe it will, we'll be flying the even bigger plane.
Oh, yeah.
this year.
Look forward to this. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of this very short ceremony.